So Rassie Erasmus has just announced his fourth Springbok lineup of 2025, taking on Georgia this weekend for their last game before the Rugby Championship. This lineup is a mixture of all of the lineups we've seen so far, with a few curveballs thrown in there as well, but we will be looking through at them in this video, starting with the front row, completely uncapped. Now, I'm not sure when the last time was that we have seen a side do this, but all debuts for South Africa. Boan Venter as the number 1. He does play for Edinburgh in the URC. Manus van der Merwe, he is at 2, and then number 3, Neling Fortier. So 2 out of those 3 men did actually get the chance up against the Barbarians, but due to it being an international friendly match, they didn't get their first cap, whereas in this case, up against Georgia, they will certainly get it. In terms of the locking duo, we do see Eben Etzebeth back at number 4 and Ruan Nokia as the number 5. It is a combination that we saw used throughout the Rugby Championship last season. Perhaps we could see it again this year. There are plenty more locks though compared to what the Springboks had for 2024. A lot of injuries in that department, but nowadays it is the loose forward trio, unfortunately, that we have seen a few more players dropping as of late, but one who is returning from an injury, it is Captain Kolisi as the number 6, 92 caps to his name across this forward pack. You know, you've got those guys with no caps, and then you've got the likes of Kolisi, Pieter-Steph du Toit, and Eben Etzebeth, who all combined have over 300. So it certainly is a pretty awesome mix of experience as well as the inexperience thrown in there as well. But I'm sure Rassie Erasmus is happy to have Kolisi back after a few weeks off, but now he'll be rearing to go for the Rugby Championship. Pieter-Steph du Toit, like I mentioned, he will be the number 7. Number 8, this is something I don't think anyone saw coming. Cobus Wiese. Jesper, of course, getting himself suspended from that match last week up against Italy. For anyone who doesn't know the update on that 4-week ban for Jesper Wiese, which means he will miss this match, the 2 opening games up against Australia of the Rugby Championship, and then he will also miss that Eden Park Test match up against New Zealand. So Cobus Wiese, out of all the players listed as possible number 8s, Jean-Luc du Preez, Evan Roos, Rassie said no, with the suspension of one Wiese brings in another. So I'm curious to see how Cobus Wiese goes as a number 8. He's a massive unit, so I feel like he'd do all right, but I'm not actually too sure the last time that he played outside of that locking duo throughout the URC, normally in the 4 or the 5, but now, like I said, number 8 is where he does find himself. In the backline, it will be Grant Williams as the number 9. Fantastic performance in the last game up against the Italians. Got the first try of the match. He is picked up right where he left off before his injury, and he is going to be a very dangerous option for South Africa throughout this year. He is now, in a lot of people's eyes, the first choice halfback for South Africa for this season. Sasha Feinberg, Ngume Zulu, he will be the 10, so an exciting duo in that department. Last week, Mani Libbok having a brilliant game, but this time, Rassie just rotating those 10s and giving Sasha the opportunity to start. In the midfield combo, it will be Damian Dialendi as the number 12, so no Andre Esterhuizen for this week, and number 13, Kanan Moody, after what was, I would have to say, one of his best games we have seen from Moody in that number 13 jersey up against the Italians, and he has had some pretty good ones across his career. Only the 13 caps to his name, but plenty more to come if he continues the form that he has shown recently. Out on the left wing, it is Kurt Liarense. Out on the right wing, after a great game up against the Italians, 2 tries to his name, Edwald van der Merwe gets another crack, and number 15, they do bring back in Apelele Farsi. So no Willie Leroux, no Cheslin Colby, 2 players who are missing, and also no Jesse Creel in that number 13 jersey or off of the bench. Looking through at the replacements, it is Bongio Manambi as the number 16, Malcolm Marks given the rest for this match up against Georgia, Thomas du Toit as the number 17, and also Vincent Koch as the number 18. Oxenchair, he is going to have a lot of games throughout this year, I can guarantee you that. So resting him now for this matchup, getting him rearing to go for the Rugby Championship, where he will be fresh and also extremely dangerous when it comes to that scrum, is exactly what the Springboks will be after. Arge Snyman as the number 19, with Quagga Smith as the 22 specialists off the bench for the Boks, and then 21 Faf de Klerk, 22 Hondre Pollard, and 23 Damian Willemse. So no real surprises when it comes to the bench, maybe with the fact that they didn't go 6-2 up against what is normally a very physical Georgian side. But overall, it is a strong team, and not many sides can say that when they've got 3 players uncapped in the front row. But Rassie, he's got great depth. He has made it clear that he wants to rotate everyone throughout this season, keep everyone fresh, as well as give opportunities. And that is exactly what we're seeing in this match up against Georgia. But it is going to be taking place at the same time as the first and second test match up against the Italians. It is the last game, like I said, for the Boks before they head into that Rugby Championship. The 2 matches up against Australia to start with, and then 2 up against the Kiwis, followed by the matches against Los Pumas. But do let me know what you think of this Rassie Erasmus starting lineup and reserves. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.